The Khazarian Empire. If you haven't already heard of it, then this is something you want to see. If you have heard of it, then this video might introduce you to some facts about them that are lesser known. After they were conquered by the Russians over 1,000 years ago, they migrated west into Germany and Eastern Europe. We'll see how they influenced societies in the past and how their influence is still prevalent today. A lot of mainstream historical records say after their downfall at the hands of the Russians, they disappeared, while other historians claim they still hold significant power in the form of what has been dubbed the Khazarian Mafia, and that their reach extends across various cultures, governments, and economic institutions. And we will dig into their ties to various religions, wars, and corruption over the years. Many theories abound about this group, but we'll try to decipher fact from fiction. If you want to keep up to date with my newest videos, please take a second to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. The Khazarian Empire has its origins in the Eurasian steppe, a colossal sea of grass that has witnessed the rise and fall of many civilizations. Stretching from Eastern Europe to Asia, it was home to nomadic tribes for centuries who roamed these lands with their herds and families. Among these tribes were the Khazars, a people who would leave an indelible mark on history. Emerging in the 7th century, the Khazars forged a powerful empire that became a significant force in the region. Their domain stretched from the Volga River to the Caucasus Mountains, encompassing a vast and strategically important area. At their heartland was present-day southwest Russia and Ukraine, regions rich in resources and strategic value. The Khazars controlled key trade routes that connected the east and west, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. They became a powerful force on the Silk Road, fostering a vibrant trade network that enriched their empire. The Khazars were not only skilled warriors and horsemen, but also adept at navigating the complex world of diplomacy and trade. Their prowess in battle was matched by their shrewdness in negotiations, allowing them to maintain alliances and secure their borders. This combination of martial and diplomatic skills enabled them to build a diverse and prosperous realm, attracting people from various cultures. Their capital, Atil, was a bustling metropolis, a hub of commerce and culture that drew merchants from across the known world, creating a melting pot of cultures and ideas. The Khazars interacted with Vikings, Arabs, and Slavs, engaging in trade and cultural exchanges that enriched their society. They adopted aspects of these cultures, creating a unique identity that was a blend of various influences. The Khazar Empire left its mark on history, a testament to their adaptability, resilience, and strategic acumen. The origins of the Khazars are shrouded in mystery. They likely emerged from Turkic tribes migrating west. They first appeared in historical records around the 6th century. They served as vassals to larger empires. They gradually gained power through military prowess and strategic alliances. By the 7th century, they had established their own independent state. This marked the beginning of the Khazar Khaganate. The Khazars were astute rulers. They understood the importance of trade. They levied taxes on goods passing through their territory. They also provided safe passage for merchants. This attracted traders from all corners of Eurasia. The Khazars grew wealthy from this commerce. Their cities flourished as centers of trade and cultural exchange. The empire's influence expanded alongside its economic might. The Khazars were initially practitioners of Tengrism. This was a common belief system among Turkic peoples. However, their empire was a melting pot of religions. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam all flourished within its borders. The Khazar elite, in a surprising turn of events, adopted Judaism. This occurred sometime in the 8th or 9th century. The reasons for this conversion remain debated. Some scholars suggest political motivations, as they were known to integrate themselves in other societies. Others point to the influence of Jewish merchants. Regardless of the reason, the Khazars' embrace of Judaism was significant. It made them the only known Turkic group to adopt the faith as a state religion. This tolerance attracted Jewish scholars and communities to the Khazar Empire. It had a lasting impact on the Jewish diaspora. The Khazar Empire occupied a strategic location nestled between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. This prime position allowed them to control key trade routes and influence the flow of goods across continents. It controlled a vital section of the Silk Road, one of the most significant trade networks of the ancient world. This was a network of trade routes connecting east and west, facilitating the exchange of goods, culture, and ideas. Silk, spices, and luxury goods flowed through Khazar territory, enriching the empire and its people. These goods traveled from China and India towards Europe and the Middle East, passing through Khazar lands. The Khazars levied taxes on this trade, ensuring a steady stream of revenue. This generated significant wealth for the empire, allowing them to build and maintain a powerful state. The Khazars also controlled important river routes, which were crucial for trade and transportation. The Volga and Don rivers were arteries of commerce, enabling the movement of goods and people. They connected the Baltic Sea to the Caspian Sea, creating a vast network of trade routes. This allowed the Khazars to dominate trade between northern Europe and the Islamic world. They traded in furs, slaves, honey, and swords, among other goods. These activities contributed to the empire's prosperity, making it a hub of economic activity. The Khazars became a major economic power in Eurasia. Their influence felt far and wide. The Khazars were skilled financiers. Their cosmopolitan empire fostered trade and economic innovation. They developed sophisticated financial systems. These included the use of credit and promissory notes. These practices facilitated long-distance trade. They also demonstrate the Khazars' understanding of complex financial instruments. There is also evidence linking the Khazars to the origins of modern banking. Their links to the Rothschild banking family is one such example. They were instrumental in establishing early banking systems. The Rothschilds, a prominent European banking dynasty, grew to immense power within this time. Some claims, which are largely speculative, say they are still the driving force behind the Khazarian mafia. Though not supported by historical evidence, as in actual history books, still there are undeniable connections. While the Khazars were undoubtedly astute financiers, their connection to modern banking remains a subject of debate. However, I plan to get into that deeper in a future video. Section 6. German Connections, Fact, Fiction, and the Need for Evidence. A direct historical link between the Khazars and national Germany are tenuous at best. While the Khazar Empire interacted with various East Germanic groups, these interactions were primarily through trade or conflict. Evidence to suggest any significant cultural or political ties that would have shaped the development of a German national identity are rare. But still, some historians claim they developed the German economy. And the ties between the Rothschild banks and the Nazi war industry are well known. The fact that historical texts don't explicitly state it does not mean there's no connection. The formation of a unified German state occurred centuries after the fall of the Khazar Empire. Attributing any significant influence to the Khazars in Germany is controversial, to say the least. This is also something I want to cover more in depth in a future video, so stay tuned. I have found numerous sources claiming they had migrated into Germany. Section 7. The Satanic Khazars, Myth or Historical Reality. Allegations of the Khazars practicing Satanism or other malevolent forms of worship are numerous. However, the subject is also quite taboo in modern times. These accusations often stem from anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. But answer this: if Jewish people didn't migrate to Germany, then how is it anti-Semitic? So something we have been told is wrong. This to not an attempt to demonize Jewish people by associating them with a fabricated history of evil and depravity. If the Khazarian Empire is satanic, then we should be able to discuss the subject. We should be able to discuss it regardless of who is involved. The Khazars, like many empires, had their share of conflicts and power struggles, and like any society, they are not immune from research aimed at discovering the truth. It is essential to approach historical analysis with a critical eye. We must abstain from prejudice and avoid perpetuating harmful stereotypes. Rather, follow the historical facts. Section 8. The Fall. A legacy lost to the sands of time. The Khazar Empire, despite its might, was not invincible. By the 10th century, it faced increasing pressure. From the east came a new threat: the Seljuk Turks. These nomadic warriors were expanding their empire. They clashed with the Khazars, weakening their hold on trade routes. Internal strife also contributed to the Khazar decline. Rebellions and power struggles weakened the empire from within. The final blow came in the mid-10th century. Sviatoslav, a prince of Kiev, led a campaign against the Khazars. His forces sacked Atil, the once great capital. This marked the effective end of the Khazar Empire. Their once vast territory fractured into smaller states. Their legacy faded into obscurity. Section 9. Reflections on an Empire. Lessons from the Khazars. The Khazar Empire, though largely forgotten, offers valuable lessons. This once thriving empire, situated between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea, was a significant player in the medieval world. Its strategic location made it a hub for trade and cultural exchange, connecting the East and the West. Their story highlights the interconnectedness of civilizations. The Khazars were adept at leveraging their position to facilitate trade routes that spanned continents, bringing together diverse peoples and cultures. It demonstrates the power of trade and cultural exchange. The bustling marketplaces of the Khazar Empire were filled with goods from distant lands, and their ports were busy with ships from various regions, showcasing a vibrant exchange of ideas and commodities. However, it also serves as a reminder of the impermanence of empires. Despite their prosperity, the Khazars eventually faced decline, a fate that has befallen many great civilizations throughout history. The Khazars' embrace of religious tolerance stands as a testament to their open society. They allowed various faiths to coexist peacefully, fostering an environment where different religious communities could thrive. This tolerance allowed diverse cultures to thrive within their borders. The Khazar Empire became a melting pot of ethnicities and traditions, enriching their society and contributing to their unique cultural heritage. It contributed to their economic success. The Khazars' inclusive policies and strategic location enabled them to amass wealth and influence, making their empire a significant economic power of its time. Yet, even with their cultural and economic achievements, the Khazars were not immune to external pressures and internal strife. They faced invasions, political turmoil, and shifting alliances, which eventually led to their downfall. Their story reminds us that even the most powerful empires are not invincible. The rise and fall of the Khazar Empire serve as a poignant reminder of the transient nature of power and the inevitability of change. They are subject to the forces of history. The Khazars' legacy, though largely forgotten, continues to be a subject of fascination for historians and scholars. The Khazars may be gone, but their legacy continues to intrigue and inspire us. Their story is a rich tapestry of cultural exchange, economic prowess, and the challenges of maintaining an empire. Their story encourages us to explore the complexities of history and to learn from the past. By studying the Khazars, we gain insights into the dynamics of ancient civilizations and the enduring lessons they offer for our world today. Section 10. The Khazars and the Bolshevik Revolution, Fact or Fiction? In recent years, various theories have emerged suggesting a connection between the Khazars and the Bolshevik Revolution of 1917. Proponents of these theories argue that the Khazars, or their descendants, played a significant role in the revolution that ultimately led to the establishment of the Soviet Union. But what does the historical evidence tell us? To begin with, it's important to understand who the Khazars were. As we have explored, the Khazar Empire thrived between the 7th and 10th centuries, long before the Bolshevik Revolution. The Khazars, however, did not go extinct. The surviving members obviously integrated into a society somewhere. Some theories suggest that descendants of the Khazars, particularly those who had converted to Judaism, played influential roles in the Bolshevik movement. These claims often point to the fact that several prominent Bolshevik leaders, such as Leon Trotsky, were of Jewish descent. I plan to research the Jewish identity with Khazar heritage further. Look for a few more videos about this soon. We know the Jewish population in Russia was diverse, so what concrete evidence is there linking Bolshevik leaders directly to the Khazars? I plan to find out. Many of the claims about Khazar involvement in the Bolshevik Revolution stem from conspiracy theories, but in every conspiracy theory there's a thread of truth usually. It's crucial to approach such history with skepticism and rely on well-documented historical records. On the other hand, some scholars argue that the Khazars' legacy of cultural and religious tolerance may have indirectly influenced the ideological underpinnings of the Bolshevik movement. The Bolsheviks advocated for a classless society and the separation of church and state, ideals that could be seen as a continuation of the Khazars' inclusive policies. However, this connection remains speculative at best and is not supported by direct historical evidence. In conclusion, while the idea of a Khazar connection to the Bolshevik Revolution is intriguing, I will try to find out more about it. The Khazars' influence on medieval trade, religion, and culture is well documented, and their involvement in 20th century political movements is very interesting. As with any historical inquiry, it's essential to differentiate between fact and fiction, and to approach sensational claims with a critical eye. The story of the Khazars continues to be a fascinating chapter in history, offering valuable lessons on cultural exchange, economic strategy, and the complexities of maintaining an empire. As we reflect on their legacy, let us also remain vigilant against the misuse of history to promote unfounded theories and divisive ideologies. And always search for the truth. I thank you for watching and supporting my channel. Please subscribe, and as always, stay informed.